All right, so in here it says, in the following unbalanced reactions, label the reducing agent, the element being reduced, the oxidizing agent, and the element being oxidized. The first thing we have to do is figure out the charges for everything, okay? So what's copper's charge going to be when it's by itself? Good, all right. What about the hydrogen? +1, it's always +1. What about each oxygen? -2. Okay, so let's zoom in on this. If this is +1 and this is -2, what does N have to be? Because is the whole thing neutral or is the whole thing charged? So it's neutral, right? Which means this has to be 0. All right, we need to make this work so that it's 0. So H +1, and we don't know, oxygen's gonna be what? -6. Okay, so what does nitrogen have to be? +5. All right, so nitrogen has to be +5 for this to work. Which again, is odd, but this is the oxidation number for it, not necessarily the charge for it. All right, so let's go over to the other side and start labeling some stuff. Copper is going to be what charge here? Okay, each copper, yeah, let's check it out. So each of the nitrates is -1, right? And there's 2 of them, so yeah, to balance this out, it's going to be +2, good. And now we need to figure out the nitrate pretty much in the same way we just figured out the nitrogen on the other one. All right, in this case, it's going to equal -1, right? So we have 3 oxygens still. Each oxygen is -2, so it's -6. So what does nitrogen have to be? +5 again. Yeah, okay, +5. All right. So we have +5 -6 equals -1. All right. So did this nitrogen oxidation number change? No, it didn't. Okay, cool. Oxygen's gonna be -2. All right, let's keep on going. So now we have another nitrogen here and an oxygen. So what's the charge of oxygen? Yeah, it's always gonna be -2. All right, so then what does this nitrogen have to be? Let's be +2, all right? And then water, we have -2 and +1 for the hydrogen. Okay. Yeah, Tiffany.
Do you know which elements being opposite and which one is like oxidation and change?
The only 2 that are gonna be, well, I'm not sure. Maybe this might not answer your question. Oxygen's always -2 no matter what in this year. And then hydrogen's always gonna be +1. So anything else can be variable. Okay. You just kind of use the context clues, if you will, to figure everything else out. All right? All right. So, what changed? Yeah, James.
The copper and the nitrogen.
Good, the copper and the nitrogen. So we have the copper, it went from 0 to +2. All right, if it goes from 0 to +2, did it lose or did it gain electrons? Good, yeah, it lost electrons. So when it loses electrons, what would it be? All right, oxidized, and this one would be the reducing agent, all right? And then let's look at the nitrogens. So we're not looking at this nitrogen because it stayed the same on each side, but we're gonna compare this nitrogen and this one. So if you have a nitrogen that goes from +5 to +2, did it gain or lose electrons? Yeah, it gained 3, right? To make it closer to neutral, right? If this is really positive, this is closer to neutral, so it gained 3 electrons. So what happened to this nitrogen if it gained electrons? Good, it was reduced, all right? So then this nitrogen over here would be the oxidizing agent.